What's going on, guys? X here, and welcome back to my guide for The Room 2. This particular video is for the temple, which is the third level in the game. If you're looking for a different level, please click on one of the links that are on the screen now. Alright, for the temple, we see yourself behind a stone wall. Up at the top, we're going to grab this bar and move it off to the left, and we now have it. The door will now fall forward. There we go. Anytime now. Any second. There we go. And we're going to enter the temple. The temple here has 4 different stations. Actually, it's 5 different stations, but right now we only have 3. There's the chest down there. There's a crossbow in the middle and a small temple. We're going to start with the temple. Right off the bat, we can go to the front, move it to the left, move it to the right. Now take it back now, y'all. And flip the switch, which reveals this small token. Okay. Up here at the top of the temple, we can see this tower is out of place. We're going to grab that. Well, you need that for later. And behind the temple here is another note. Again, I'm not going to pay too much attention to the notes. You can pause it and read it if you'd like to, but I don't want it to make this video any longer than it has to be. Going over to the crossbow, you can grab this little wooden handle. Come back to the temple. You probably grab that first. That might actually be a little faster, but either way. The wooden handle fits right into these pegs here, which can move this thing up and down. Now, your goal here is to match the shapes, these little sliding shapes, with these over here. So right away, we can match the M there. Let's bring the U up here. Grab that, let's bring that down here, and then we can just match those right up, which will reveal a firing mechanism for our crossbow. We actually need one more piece for our crossbow. We'll come down here to our chest, and similarly to the chest in the ship, the last level, we are going to mess with the handle on the side. We'll give it a twist. It pulls open to reveal the crossbow's string. Back to the crossbow. We're going to add our pieces, the metal bar to complete the bow part, the firing mechanism, and the string. Completing it, the aiming sights come up. This drawer opens, filled with bolts. We're going to take a bolt. And as far as I know, there's unlimited bolts, so don't worry if you mess this next part up. Pop a bolt there, pull it back. We'll aim down our sights. Actually, in case you're wondering what I'm doing, if you put your monocle on and look at the wall over here, it says pierce the eye. So that's the clue that we need. So the eye, there's a stone over here. Can I click on it? There we go. That has an eye, a hole in the eye. And when I'm aiming with this, I aim with the small yellow triangle here. That's what I aim with. And pull this trigger right through the eye, which will rotate this little pedestal. Now on our pedestal, we have a note, which I am not going to spend time on as usual. Here I can't really get all of it in. Maybe I can. Well, there's some of it. If you want to read through it, by all means, pause it. I'm not going to waste time with that. And don't get me wrong, I love reading notes, but we're not right now in a guide. We have this little game here. We'll pop our token on this side, and this is a small game. We get to move, and the skull token moves. And our goal is to reach the area the skull token is guarding. And I just like to go back and forth, kind of fake it out a little bit. Doop. There we go. And you have control over this slider here. Like that. And now, once you're on the slider, move it aside. And now it can't catch us. We're home free. There's many different ways to do that. And I never do it the same way twice. The object is just not to get caught and use that slider to your advantage. If you do get caught, it's no big deal. You just have to start over, try again. We get a small key with a half gear on it. We'll run over here to the chest again. And we'll plop the key gear in there. Give it a twist. Nope, in the right direction, preferably. The chest will pop open. Pop open. There we go. To reveal a stone block, which is actually the head of a hammer. Come over to the mechanism that's underneath the pedestal. Pop the hammer on there. We'll twist this handle. And we'll pull the lever. Smashes down. You're going to need to do this 4 times, I think. It reveals this glass shard. Come up to our mirror. Pop the glass shard. Where is it? There it is. Glass shard in the mirror. And we see in the reflection of the mirror there is a different temple than the one that's on the thing, the table over there. And but we need to know the correct symbols to do so. Going back to the chest, and I'll be honest, this took me a while to find. There's on the floor here, we can just barely make out the outline of the hexagon, our hexagon symbol. If you click and drag, you wipe the dust away. And there is our symbol. It's this little T with two arrows. So we'll come back to our mirror. We'll put in the T and our 2 arrows. There we go. It will flash. And the temples have swapped. We have a whole new temple here now. It's like a whole new world. If you remember earlier, we picked up a tower. We're going to pop that tower in place. And we get a dagger. We will need this later. On the other side of this temple, this door is out of place. Slide it in place, and it will open the doors directly below it. We'll need our eyepiece for this next part. In this portion, you just want to line it up so it makes a doorway. There we go. And again, all the pieces make a doorway. The doorway is going to be in the bottom left. Well, I guess it's more in the center, but it's right down there. Go all the way down the stairs to reveal 2 more symbols. What I call the double C and an X, and the X with a long tail. We'll come back to our mirror and we'll input the double C and the X. There we go. Which will cause it to flash, and the temples will swap places again. So we're now back here. At the top of the temple is a place for our dagger, so we'll stab the dagger in there. Inside is a straw effigy and a gem on the back of the throne. Now, we're going to need to go back to the other temple, but first things first, if you come to the back, you see these small X's in here. If we use the eyepiece, we see there's a bunch of small circles, and 3 have an X through them. That will be important for our next step. Come back to the mirror. Put the code back in. If you remember, it was the T with the double arrows. Temples change places again. Go back to our new temple. Alright, come to the back. Where we saw those X's, there's a spot for this gem we just picked up. And if you remember, nothing shows with there. There was an X here, an X here, and an X here. Which reveals another scroll. Which, there you go. Don't really need to pause that. It's pretty much everything's there. And a piece of flint. Now we're going to go back to the chest. To this small opening in the wall, in the floor here. Place the effigy in the bowl. The flint on that piece there. Strike it up and down a few times. And we'll set the effigy on fire. Which in turn follows the path, and it will light up any minute now. The back room and another section of the wall. Now, using our eyepiece, we see one of the bags has a symbol on it. We're going to go get our handy dandy crossbow here, pick up one of the bolts. Again, they're unlimited, so if you miss, no worries. Pop it on the crossbow, pull it back, aim down the sights, drag it over to the bag, and again, if you have your eyepiece on, you can see the symbol. And we will pull the trigger. I'll pull my eyepiece off. You don't have to take the eyepiece off. It's easier to see. That'll open up the hidden compartment, which has yet another note. There you are. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it. I don't think there's anything else there. Nope. And this small wood block. Come back to our chest. We see that the star shapes kind of match the chest here. Pop it in the bottom piece. Close the chest. Open it back up. And there is a metal shard of some kind. Take this metal shard. Go back to the temple. And pop it in the middle of this dial. All these little teeth will come down, and now what you want to do is you want to move this around so that all the teeth, the bottoms of the teeth, line up with the dial. What I do is I match up. It's upside down like this, so it kind of makes like 3 kind of points, and this high point right here matches with this small tooth right there. Once you get it right, the dial should be able to move. And just match up the symbols, and the whole thing will open up to a spooky, scary skeleton. We'll grab the skull, come back to this part back here where we found the metal piece, place the skull on the little prongs, and pull the lever. This will split the skull, and rotate this to reveal another fragment of the null. I assume that's what we're finding. It's the null. We have to make our symbol once again, the hexagon, which is down here. And I'll tell you right now that our hexagon piece is to the left of where we shot the guy in the eye. Make that shape. And we'll make the door and end the level. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this guide was helpful to you, please leave a like. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll try to get back to you. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. I'll hopefully have more to go. The next video will be on the seance. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you later.